Okay, so the work on retort for these windows, we want to actually make them a little bit darker and put it over. Again, we'll do with the masking tool for this. And we're going to select, let's go select curves, put them on luminosity, and we'll take this lighter and make it a little bit darker. Okay, notice I don't necessarily want to do on everything, but for now I'm just bringing just overall make it darker. Okay, see if we don't need this, we just need it a little bit flattened, and we want to be sure it is in a light area. So this is our light, this is our dark area, and we can kind of look on this. You can see how we can flatten. Okay, we don't care about dark one, just this right here. So when we brought, let's go next to select our mask. Press Command or Control I to inverse that mask. Okay, and next we'll take our brush tool, and as brush tool we want soft round. We'll go to zoom in closer to, okay, let's go to right here, just a position to our window, increase a little bit on a size, and we'll start brushing. And you see how we kind of dim it a little bit more on this window. That's what I want to do. A little bit accurate, take down. And again, we're going with the 20 opacity at this moment, so we'll just take and make this light a little bit dimmer. So this is one way. We can do also just put it darker element or gray and bend in, but I think this way we will be accurate processing. And just bring back here, and let's on this window as well. So just take it inside and paint over. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just paint more, and okay, right here, so close enough. And we can even just take a little bit, maybe on a side window, take a little bit darker. Okay, let's zoom out. See, I don't necessarily want them be total dark, but you can see we just a little bit dim down. Not too much, just enough. Okay, so this is our windows, and we can go just add windows. The next things, you know, it will be nice just add maybe a little bit smoke here and fog. So let's go create new layer. We'll just call it smoke. And we'll just take a brush. Okay, let's go select one. And again, we're going with the wrong brushes, and we have smoke brushes from him. Again, I do recommend it. If you want it, have one of the best brushes. I like it. They're available at the DAS. You can purchase there. That's why I'm getting mine. They're very nice. So right here, for example, you can see, let's go come closer. Now, I don't think this is actually good for this. Control Z. So let's go see what we have. The other smoke we can find. Oh yeah, this one is way better. Okay, so let's go to this smoke. I'll just add just a little bit to chimney, not that much, just a little bit smoke coming. So add maybe a little bit adjustment. And you know, the next I want to do is add maybe a little bit fog right here. So we'll go to the brushes. Let's go open from fog, and we'll just select maybe this fog right here. Yeah. Okay. For the fog, actually, I'm going to click and select this color, and right there, just add a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to the end, add a little bit fog, so it will look kind of like from the edge. There you go, coming. We can also select a little bit different fog as well. Now we don't need to go too far, but right there, just can almost like creeping from the lake. And this will give it a little bit better effect for calm, a little bit somewhat lake with the effect. I think that's make very nice. Okay, we have this little smoke coming. Let's go to both of them. We'll just bring step down so they will have there, but not too strong. Okay, I think overall the details look nice on this. Okay, let me zoom in out. So okay, so let's go now. We'll work a little bit more on the kind of dodge and burn, bring back shadows that we lost a little bit. So for this one, we'll go create a new layer. We'll call dodge and burn, and we're going to fill this layer with 50% gray, normal mode, 100 opacity, so it's become total gray color. And then next we'll go switch mode to the soft light. With soft light, it's contrast based mode, so 50% has become invisible. And now by using our brushes, black and white, we can actually control it. So let's disable this. We'll go select a white small, and we have it 10% opacity. So with this one, I can actually going and start painting back some of the shadows. And remember, on the roof, we have a texture, but I want to bring back some of these shadows on elements. And that's what we're doing right here. Very carefully painting some of the shadows. We'll bring back a little bit more maybe. Okay, let's bring the shadow back. Plants right here. Just some elements. Again, I don't paint everywhere. I just want to say some of these branches like deeper, maybe darker, sticking out. So we have it kind of preview. We can go click and you can see right there. We can introducing some of this. Okay, so let's go right there. We can also add some shadows like in some plants right in the elements. Again, remember, we have those shadows. We just take something to bring textures, and right now add, and we're painting. So right here, come closer, maybe add a little bit more shadow element. Again, we can switch to the white brush, and if we lose highlights in some areas, we can bring always those highlights back. So don't right there, but actually roof, maybe a little bit more shadows in this area. Add a little bit, actually right here, a little bit highlights on this side, but shadows right in there. Okay, so we'll add shadows to this plant. Okay, let's go add maybe even a little bit shadows under deck kind of area, and okay, right. So just a little bit highlights and shadows. Okay, also shadows right in the road with a rock. You can bring a little bit back, shadows on this side. Right there, kind of add okay shadows, and I'm actually using X key. And if you notice X key, you can click and convert. So if I do X black and white, so and that's what I do. I'm going to black, I'm adding shadows, and when I need white, I click X again, and it's rotating to the white, so I can add a little bit highlights. So again, and it's just a little bit enhancing some elements right there, creating darker, creating a little bit whites. And that's why it's called dodge and burn, kind of. It's based on old photography when you hold your hand over light to make it kind of dodge or open more white to create burn effect. So okay, and this is more detailed kind of dodge and burn, and we can look before and after. You can see it does not affect dramatically, but it does add a little bit effect to our scenery. Okay, so this is one. Next, I want to bring more details out because this is kind of paint texturing. For this, we're going to create new layer by combining everything. And it is Control-Alt-Shift-E. You need to press at the same time, or Command-Option-Shift-E on a Mac, and you can create new layer. And this is what I call Global Dodge and Burn. And we'll do this by creating a new layer after going adjustments, black and white. And because we'll use it soft light for this, everything which is brighter than 50% gray will have it more enhanced, and if it's going darker, it will get darker. So it's kind of bring up. And what I'm doing right here is looking through all of my elements, and I want to add additional contrast. So I can make grass darker this way or brighter, and I will bring a little bit up to bright. So I want to add some contrast, same like with the lights right there, just add more on a contrast rate between those colors. So with my red color, now I think red was a little bit too much, so I'll just tone down a little bit on a red, maybe 50% around there. When we done, click OK. Next, we need to use the shadow and highlight to kind of make them a little bit more even to the 50%, so they're not very much sticking out. And we'll use also about 5 radius for the pixels, 5 pixels, and we can just take this one, bring a little bit down. Same with whites. So we'll just flatten them a little bit more. Okay, now what's happening right here, you can see it's kind of details a lot of pop up, and we can switch this more to the soft light, and certainly you can see how much we brought details out. Again, I don't necessarily want to use 100%. I will use just a little bit of this just to enhance a little bit on my details. The other things also, I want to add a little bit dreaminess or kind of glowing effect to this. To add this glowing effect, we'll go to create same, Command Control Alt Shift E, or Control Alt Shift E, or Shift Command Option E. We create new layer. We'll go to create, call it glow. We'll go to set this filter, blur, and we'll go to use an Gaussian blur for this. We'll just do a little bit, maybe about 7 probably pixels. Again, this is with my resolution 3000 pixels. You can be different depending on your resolution. And now you can see it's glowing. And if we start changing glowing to different mode, you can see how we're going from the dark multiply screen, have it overall, we have it overlay, and we also have it soft light. So in this case, I want to use it soft light, but soft light problem is it will introduce some of the saturation effect, which is not necessarily I want in this case. So for me to work with saturations, I need to remove it. And we're going to remove saturations by introducing black and white. And if you hold Option or Alt key and move down, you can see arrow appearing. So if we click, it will link to them. So now at this point, we don't introduce that kind of saturations, but we introducing more glowing, kind of in alpha. And right here, you can see we can also modify what colors we want glowing more. So I can go a little bit more to my greens, yellows. I can add these. We can add to the sky glowing a little bit right here. Some additional elements, maybe darker. So, and I want to add glow a little bit more to the flowers and greens. That's what we've done. And as well, if we click one below, and we're going to adjust and maybe add additional curves, we'll switch these curves to luminosity. So at this point, we actually can modify overall brightness. So we can see our image that won't affect that much on luminosity. Just add some of this glowing and smoothness, kind of somewhat painting effect to my image. Okay, right here. We'll add a little bit points, and overall we have introduced a little bit glowing effect to the flowers and other ones. But again, we still preserve some details, which is nice way. Again, this is glowing, and you can always go and use it a little bit or as much as you want it by working with your slider. Let's go to introduce about this much. Okay, so now we'll look a little bit how to work with some noise like in these areas, and let's go ahead and work on this in a next tutorial.